Hello and welcome to the War Report. I am your host, Cyrus, joined by Quan. This is a show where we talk about NXT and AEW. I'm feeling a lot better.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
You going through it. You had me a little concerned. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think like Tuesday and Wednesday were definitely like the peak of it all. But like I'm okay now. Honestly, I think like 2 days after recording, I was okay.
That's good. I'm happy you're good to go. The flu shot didn't take you out. I mean, Big Pharma didn't take you out.
I am not 100%. I'll tell you that for sure. But
it's an election year. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? Think about it.
I was gonna ask what the fuck are you talking about, but that is happening. So
yeah, you gotta stay woke. You feel me? Not the other vote, not the real woke, not the fake one, not the
not
whatever
not the woke mind virus, whatever
the woke mind virus.
I
you know what's so
I'm sorry.
It's funny.
They cooked.
It is funny. It's funny. Woke mind virus is funny.
That shit is too funny, bro.
Not to get political here, but I swear if Donald Trump wasn't like who he was, I think he's genuinely one of the funniest people just walking earth. That man is just jokes all
Yeah, like if he were to do stand up, I think he would do great.
When I watched the debate
That shit was embarrassing.
Bro, yeah, there's like three different times he genuinely made me laugh because of a joke he said. When he told me that she didn't go to the ceremony because she go to some sorority party. So what is wrong with this guy? He genuinely just be roasting people. I think that's insane that this is a political leader, but outside of that, the guy he jokes, bro. I can't even lie to you.
I am all for making fun of fraternity and sorority motherfuckers.
Me too.
But not at this level. Be careful. Shit. I say this to shit almost died.
So see what happened?
I say it to all the sorority homies. What is it? I think I know unrelated person. She will never be on the show or hear this, but what is it? Bianca, Jeff J. I think Armand was also part of fraternity.
Armand, yes, he was.
Shout
out to the Greek life. Feel me?
My homie Jay is part of fraternity. I think I don't know. Ashley, she's part of her sorority. I mean, I don't give a shit. Niggas be in a sorority. I'd be like, y'all niggas lame. And the funny part of it all is that sometimes they can't refute it because you niggas were dry humping and shit for everybody to see. You can't tell me that's not happening.
They still do it. Let a certain song come on. Let Atomic Dog come on. See the Q Dogs pop out of nowhere. You play Atomic Dog somewhere, you're gonna see 20 niggas hopping around.
Yeah,
barking.
Yeah, like how am I not supposed to? How am I supposed to
take up the whole dance floor, man? Off in the way.
Yeah, you know what? Have a dance floor, but don't be acting like you not. Don't be acting like y'all don't be barking and shit. Because y'all definitely do.
Hey, you know what I mean? The girls kind of like it, though. The girls be fucking with it.
And that's cool. That's cool.
They fucking with it. I'm just saying.
That's cool. You want to do the college thing, y'all know what they be doing. I'm not going to say it.
We need to get off this. You be playing in dangerous water. I don't want no smoke from the y'all all cool with me. Feel me? You know what I mean, I don't want no smoke.
I'm not saying they're the worst people in the world, but y'all cool. But y'all got to take the jokes like everybody else, and just don't be acting like y'all don't be barking, playing around with the stick and shit, because that's what y'all niggas do.
That's two different fraternities, but yeah, they do run around the stick.
I mean, I don't know
So
any
freaky, so
like
freaky.
I, I just know the AKA. I don't really know all the other shit. So they got it, but that's what y'all niggas be doing, bro. And y'all can't act like y'all don't. That's all. I didn't watch it at all because obviously I was watching NXT. I value my peace at mind.
I'm just trying to stay informed. You feel me?
Um, I'm cool with not being informed because I know damn well where my vote's going, and it's show as fuck not to that nigga.
Hey, look, man. All I gotta say is if you watched that performance last night and thought, yeah, that's the guy, I
You're
don't tell you. I don't tell you, pick up. I don't know. I just don't.
nigga
What can you do?
after oh, excuse me, after the first presidency, how are you looking at him at like, yeah, I want to go through that again?
Cyrus, fuck all that. 5 minutes. No, I swear on my life, 5 minutes into debate. First of all, the question was about the economy. What did the dude come out and say off the rip? In Springfield, Ohio, they got Haitians eating dogs and cats. That was the first thing he said about the economy.
My nigga,
That was
my in the Discord, my friend just put a tweet in the chat and he just said Haiti. The tweet just said Haiti mentioned. Oh my god! And I was just like, oh, that's cool. What do you say? He was like, you don't want to know. And I just put a big ass frowny face.
bro. How you like my head hurts. I can't even I don't even know. I have no thoughts. Not only is that just like wild racist, it's just like
Yes,
so untrue.
my
Like
and
Springfield straight up said this. No, that is not happening. That never happened.
yeah,
Like how
it
dumb go ahead.
it's playing on the stereotype that like that we do that.
Yeah, culturally or whatever. But even like, how dumb do they think we are? Like, literally 2 weeks ago, it was Venezuelan gangs were taking over the Midwest. Now all of a sudden, it's Haitians pulling up to Ohio eating your pets. Like, what do we do? What? My head it hurts. I can't. I don't know,
Just a
man.
string, just a string of
I
crazy
don't even want
shit.
to get to. I don't even. We could talk about this for a whole hour and a half if we wanted to, but like, I'm just
I don't have the bandwidth because I did not watch it. So I protected my peace.
sorry. I got a question for you.
What's up?
What would you do in a situation that Shannon Sharp went through today? Were you familiar with the news of Shannon Sharp today?
I had a very long day today. All right.
Okay.
When I
We
finally,
better.
and this is, I didn't go to work there, but this is the rare day where I like, I was very detached from my phone. Very rare. When I got on Twitter and I saw the Shannon Sharp shit, I said, how does this happen? You know how many like steps there is to get on IG Live?
Yeah.
Like one, you have to unlock your phone. Then you have to open Instagram. Then you have to cite to the
Those
story.
two things.
Then you got to
Those two things are reasonable. The Instagram accidentally opening, I can see that. That's still fine.
Instagram never accidentally opened on me.
You accidentally pressed a button or something, your finger slipped, whatever. He was in the moment. Shit, I don't know. You know what I mean? Going
No.
to the story and then hitting go live and then confirming the hit go live. It's a little
Yeah,
question.
it's starting to go places and yeah, man.
Okay, assuming that it was an honest mistake, what do you do in that situation?
One one thing you'll never catch me doing. I don't care how bad the scandal gets. You not catching me saying that I was hacked.
Yeah, the hack. Come on, you can't do that in
You
2024. You can't do I was hacked in 2024. I'm not
yeah,
believing that.
I'm you're not catching saying I was hacked from the
I
account that
it happened on literally like 10 minutes later.
Like, come on, son. Nobody's falling for the I was hacked. In
He
this
did
day and
man up
age.
on his podcast with Chad Ochocinco. He said, "Yeah, nah, I wasn't hacked." He said it was an honest mistake, but like, bro,
That shit
you
was
know,
that shit was an ad, bro. Because what is it? He did the he posted
the
a thing
blue,
that was like the tell all, and it had like the blue Jew on the
yeah,
side. I was just
he
like,
got the Blue Chew sponsorship. He
I
been
was just
pushing
like,
that.
we no, it's RO Sparks or whatever. So
Hey,
it's like the black
hey,
blue Chew.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you though.
Please,
That's a good
come on,
that's
stop.
a good ad. It was a good ad.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you know what I mean? He put in that work. I gotta give him respect
Okay.
for a man of his age.
Let's.
How
He
old is
was a
Shannon Sharp?
he was a
How old is
professional
Shannon Sharp?
athlete.
He's still old. He's 56 years old. You know, at
I
50, look,
I'm not
a
gonna
man
debate a
in his
man's stamina with you.
as a man in his 30s, you know what I mean? It's already getting there. I'm just like, yo, I ain't the man I ain't the man I was when I was 21. You know what I mean? So at 54, I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. Could have been worse. You know what I mean?
I Yeah, it could have
It could
been.
have been worse.
Yeah,
What if he was on live giving the mute strokes? You feel me? Like
I'm
think about
not.
that. Think
Please,
about it. You know what I mean?
I
What if he
don't
wasn't giving
want
his
to
best effort
go on
and he
how
was
I
on
think
live?
about this.
Imagine. I'm just saying. Cause look, yeah, you look, hey, look, every time ain't gonna be an all-star performance if you really think about it. So what if it one of those times? Maybe you're tired that they had a long day, but you know what I mean, your shorty still wanted to get it in. So you're just like, all right. And then you go on live. Now people judging you. First impressions are
Someone
everything.
free me. I don't want to have this conversation, man.
Want to talk about all out?
No.
All right then.
Oh, in this, yeah, in a situation, in that predicament, I'm not pulling a Shannon Sharp and saying I was hacked. That is all I'll say.
You
I'll
just gonna
own
be
up to
like, it
it.
was me. You know what I mean? I
I'll
put it down.
I'll own up to it and be like, damn, that was crazy. My fault, yo. Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad, dog.
Hey,
You know how technology is.
yeah, my fault, yo.
Yeah, we all grown. That's what I would have said.
Hashtag we all grown.
We all grown. You know how it is.
Yeah. Like, yeah, man, I was doing my thing, man. My fault, yo. My
You
fault.
know, what I mean, a little midday afternoon delay. You feel me? Because it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Shorty was on her lunch break, probably.
That boy's getting ready to record the show.
Fresh off first take. He said, let me see what's going on today. I ain't got nothing
he
else to
still
do.
he still do that? What did he do now?
He's on ESPN.
Oh, still?
Yeah. No, he used to be on Fox Sports.
Oh, he's on ESPN now. Okay,
And he
okay,
left
okay.
Skip and he went with ESPN. But he's like, I don't think he's like officially like ESPN Disney-ified yet. So he's probably good as far as like
No, he
they kind of
he not
direct.
he not Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I don't think they can Paul Pierce him. I don't think he's like Paul Pierce is wild enough.
That was
He was
such a
kind of
stupid
bugging out.
live.
He
My
was
thing
bugging.
is, yeah, is that I think that was worse than Shannon Sharp because
Yeah, 100%.
he was trying to do some flexing stuff and it wasn't fly.
Yeah, he looked like the old guy. You look I don't know. He's like at a
Yeah,
certain age, you can't do that, man. You're too old for that.
yeah,
Too old.
he looked
He
lame
looks
as hell
good.
having them surfaces in there.
Yeah, nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
At certain you know, at a certain age, stuff you just can't do no more. You can't do certain stuff. You can't have strippers at your crib. It makes you look mad, like lonely. You know what I mean? Like, where's your wife and kids at, bro?
You
You're
know
40
what?
something years old.
You're absolutely right. It did make him look mad lonely.
Yeah, you look mad old. What's that dude? Who's the old what's his name? Dan Bilzerian guy? Like you could tell that guy like the most miserable guy ever. He had like
It's
a
not.
bunch of like 19-year-olds running around with him on a yacht he rented somewhere.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
sad.
dude's so you like you know the dude lame, bro.
Hmm.
He had no meaningful relationships in his life. He just pays
Oh,
over OnlyFans models and fucking hang out with them all
that's
day.
it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a very sad existence. Also, our truth, get the fuck out of there.
Do a live commentary.
Why were you in there as long as you were?
He was in there. He was, man.
Triple entendre, but like, why was you watching that, bro? You was really sticking around. What's wrong with you?
The freak bowl. You feel me?
Yeah, and like you said, it was midday. Like
Yeah,
this
midday.
thing,
He wasn't doing that. He probably on the road. He probably on the plane.
yeah, this thing was probably
He was on the plane.
yeah,
Listen to audio porn.
oh, excuse me, like in the terminal. There's a lot there. What's wrong with you, man?
He nasty.
Hey, you freaky ass nigga.
I was gonna is
Um,
that so I was either gonna bring up Shannon Sharp or your favorite VMA moment, but I feel like you're like in a generation didn't really fuck with the VMAs like that. I don't know if you'd
um,
like
uh, I mean, I don't really have like a relationship with the
yeah,
VMAs,
yeah, I
but
mean, yeah, I feel like that's kind of like after like
like,
2009, probably the last one where like shit really happened.
yeah, like
That was I think that was the
after
Kanye
the
and Taylor Swift thing. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure,
that's it.
and
That's
that was kind of it after that. Never the
yeah.
same.
Like I think I stopped watching or like really stopped caring. I mean, as soon as Tyler got that award, that was probably like the last time I ever watched.
I like to put 2010, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. It definitely feels generated. It doesn't feel like the event it was, you know, back when I was younger, but also I was 13. So maybe to my parents, the VMA didn't really matter, but that's not true because they were definitely watching it. And I know they were watching. And they were watching. I remember the 1999 one specifically. I remember my mom watching it, and I bring that up because
It's
a
that.
year ago, what
Oh,
2
go
years
ahead.
ago, me and Meals for Retro Diaries,
Mm-hmm.
we did 9/9/99, which was the day that they had the VMAs that year. Also, it wasn't the first episode of SmackDown, but it was one of the early ones where it was Mick Foley versus Big Show in a Buried Alive match, and like
That's a
Stone
crazy
Cold
debut
was there.
episode.
It wasn't the debut, but it was like
Uh,
one of the early ones. It was like a really like one of at least like the first like five. And
okay.
first of all, Mick Foley takes the nastiest bump ever.
When
He look
when doesn't he?
this one was this is an underrated one that doesn't get talked about enough. But he like big like remember the old SmackDown stage?
Wait, you're telling me he killed himself and nobody remembers it?
I mean, people remember, but it's like out of like it's not even like top five like Mick Foley bump, but it looked bad. Like you
Mm-hmm.
remember the old SmackDown stage where it had like the big oval like
Mm-hmm.
structure and they had the Ovaltron on the side. Well, on the other side, they had like the plot. It was like on like a like on a hill, like a mound of dirt. So Big Show like
Oh yeah,
gorilla
he just
press
chucks
like
him.
pick him up and just throws him, and
Okay, yeah, I seen that
but
gif.
Mick Foley literally bounces off the ground like a basketball. I said, no, I don't. Oh man, the psychopath. We're gonna talk about some more gnarly bumps later on, but yeah, that so I don't know. It's just like VMAs and kind of like that whole MTV generation and wrestling all combined.
I mean,
That's it. Just reminds me of my childhood, man. I just get very reminiscent around this time of year
the
as
BET,
I grow older.
the BET Awards probably got more like run and burn at my household, but you know the cutoff is once you know Gladys Knight start hitting the
I'll get to get the little
yeah, the
the
Vanguard Award
20
or where
the 20-minute medley.
yeah, no,
You want to see
whatever.
Tina Marie and Rick James?
Yeah, when they start doing that shit, I'd be like, yeah, I don't belong
Don't
here.
let them get in the gospel bag. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is the firm. I mean, I'm clocking out.
In the gospel bag, like Kirk Franklin come
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, once they start talking about God, Jesus, all that sort of stuff, sort of shit, I'd be like, yeah, man, put it on South Park.
South Park's crazy. Go from gospel to South Park is nuts.
Yeah. I wasn't watching that shit. Like after that point, I was just like, all right, there's no point to be watching the show right now. Like clearly I'm not like the target audience for this moment right now. Get me out of here.
Don't let them send Rance Allen out there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know Rance Allen? You know if you know the meme where the dude is like that guy.
Uh, I
That's Rance
probably just
Allen.
I probably just gotta like see it. But yeah, no,
Yeah, you
I'm
know what I'm talking about. If I showed you it,
yeah, no, the BET Awards was my thing. Um,
You know, I watched the beat. I can't remember. I know there's moments people brought it up on the top of my head. I can't think of any real BET award. Like I can remember some MTV ones.
I'm
You know what I
trying
mean?
to re-
I
I'm trying
remember
to
when
remember
Madonna
some.
and Britney Spears kissed, or like when Britney had the snake for the
I'm
with the slave feud
trying
joint.
I'm trying to remember some moments right now, and all I really can remember is what is it? I think it was like Beyonce and Terrence Howard whenever they I think when they were doing like the
Oh, that
Dreamgirls
was
thing.
that was no, that was uh Cater to You. That was Destiny's
Okay.
Child. That was Cater to
Yeah.
You.
That probably the most horned up moment that ever happened on on the BET award.
I remember Rick James, bitch. I remember when he did that and he died a week later.
Yeah, I
I,
remember that
I
too.
remember that. Yeah, I'm having a hard time remember. I know that because I know BET has a moment. I just they're not crossing my mind right now. No, I'm sure people are yelling at their
Yeah, I don't
stereo or
know.
whatever right now. Like, bro, I remember this moment.
Stereo.
I don't know. I couldn't think of the word
Who do
phone.
you who the fuck you think wants this shit? I mean, listen to this shit. Scenario. Yeah, no, I can't. I always like the hip hop awards, I guess, but yeah, man, I don't really remember much from the award shows.
I barely remember what happened this weekend. So
I,
what can you
I
do?
I don't really give a shit about award shows anymore. I think that's a big thing.
That too. Awards, PWI
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't give a fuck about this
No, no,
PWI,
no.
man.
You're not feeling it?
Um, no,
Top
um,
10 fighting promoters lists,
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
I also just like shrugged at that. I was just like, that's that's not for me. Go
I
make some other nigga mad about that shit.
I don't fall for the list engagement stuff no more. No matter what hip hop, there's other hip hop list every month.
Listicles.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that propaganda no more. Wrestling,
Like
it's engagement. I don't like
I don't I don't know why I'm calling it propaganda is fucking insane.
it. It's election year, man.
Like it's just some like somebody just rating shit and some arbitrary like ranking or whatever. I'm just like, I'm not gonna get upset over this anymore. Or like really like get into the debate culture or like all the whole thing.
I'm not debating a list ever again. I'll tell you that right now.
What happened the last time?
I don't know, but I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, like when Apple Music was doing like his 100 album things or whatever, and I was just like,
Not gonna get me.
I wasn't really paying attention to it, but once I saw that Frank Ocean album really high, I said, all right, man, I know what it is.
With one blonde,
I don't know, but one of them albums was, hey man,
I love blondes. I love
No
blondes. So
Frank Ocean album should be top five of all time anything. That's where I stand
that
on that.
I'm with you on that, and I love blonde. It's one of my favorite albums ever. But yes, I agree. It should not be a top five album of all time. Was it really top five?
Well, it was really up there, and I ain't like that shit for real. So that's where I stand on it.
Well, that you ever heard Ivy? Beautiful
I
song.
I heard it, bro. Um, not uh not better than Confessions. You feel me? Like
Mm.
way too high, in my opinion. That's where I stand on the matter. So yeah, I don't get into the list shit. All right. You want to talk about wrestling stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I don't wanna.
Let's get any trenches real quick. I got two things in the docket, nothing too crazy. Um, AEW trademarks AEW Shockwave. This is paired with news about a possible deal with Fox that could possibly be Fox's main channel, Fox Sports 1 or Tubi. Um, Still up in the air at the press conference after All Out. Um, Tony Khan said it's pretty much 90% done with the deal for TV. So I would hope we're going to hear something soon. We're literally in the new the fall TV season now.
Hmm.
So I hope we get an answer pretty soon about what's the future for AEW TV shows. We're hearing rumors, Shockwave possibly being a new show. Does that mean they're adding an extra hour or two to that programming? Are they getting rid of Collision or Rampage? Um, what's going on? We're still kind of in the dark, and we're literally like in the fourth quarter, like last minute
Hey
of
man,
all this.
AEW does not need an extra hour of television.
Bro, they need less hours of television. Let me tell you, yo, that Collision episode, 30-minute 8-man tag match. Why? For vibes. No consequences to the match. It wasn't like a Survivor Series. It wasn't like a War Games. It was a 30-minute 8-man tag.
I
And that's why only 100,000 people watch the show.
AEW getting what is it? I think so. Somebody tweeted 6 hours of television. Insane.
I don't even want 6 hours of WWE.
Yeah, and I just really feel like AEW, like they have a lot of people in that locker room. I
Also,
don't think that they can make a fuck ton of people important to be put to put on these shows.
yeah, it's gonna be a situation. Eric Bischoff talked about it in the death of WCW. Like once they added Thunder and they made Nitro 3 hours long, it was just too much time that they just couldn't. They didn't
Hmm.
have the creative to maintain however many hours a week of content that they had to make during that time frame. Now that was the 90s, it was a different time, but like if Bischoff couldn't do it, I don't see a realm where Tony Khan can do it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Bischoff the greatest, promoter or booker in the world, but I think he's better than Tony at this. Um, so yeah, I don't see anything positive coming out of that. I would hope they just got Rampage out of there. Rampage is an unnecessary show. If they're gonna do this Shockwave thing on a different channel, I get it. You want to diversify kind of where your shows can be seen. It's not solely just Warner property. You want to
Hmm.
put it on a Fox affiliate, then that's totally fine. I understand that. That makes more sense to me anyway than having every show on Warner, especially how they move.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't want to end up in a situation where you're stuck there. But also, I'm pretty sure Warner like owns a part of AEW, and I think it has
Oh,
something to do
do
with the
they?
deal as well. I think so. That I believe they have some kind of ownership within AEW, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I might have made that up. That might have been a Trump lie. I don't know.
You didn't have to call it that, but okay.
A Trump-esque lie.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we're still kind of in the dark. It's a whole bunch of rumors. It's very hard to really depend on the dirt sheet writers, wrestling journalists as far as media stuff goes because they don't be knowing. Like I said, these are the same people who said the Saudis were buying WWE, and none of them had Raw going to Netflix. I didn't think that was even like that wasn't even like the top three network people were saying at the
I
time.
know, right?
It wasn't even like a
That
thought in people's mind that it was going to be Netflix.
I don't even think they were thinking about a network when they were like all making those like tweets, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, I would just take whatever for granted, but usually trademarks are telling. I'll say that much. People don't trademark stuff for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, what is it?
Usually there's a plan.
Collision was trademarked for a while, and that finally ended up happening. Something that I thought was really weird, or like, why are we like just getting to it? Is like now, like just now, they're starting to look at other like places for TV, and I'm just like, hey man, ain't a little too late to just be like looking around all willy nilly, bro. Like you
I
really
think,
need
I
to
think,
like lock the fuck in.
I think it's kind of telling. Maybe um they had an idea
Hmm.
that something would have happened. Now they're like, oh shit, we might have to do a backup just in case. Like maybe the plans they thought they were gonna have, or the deal they thought they were gonna have, may not be the deal they're gonna get. And like
Hmm.
shit, we got to figure out a way to get this money. What's up, Tubi? You know what I mean? Like it could have been one of those situations.
Hey, what's
But
up,
like I said,
CB?
but like I said,
I know y'all low on the totem pole, but let's get it.
because I'm just like I said, like it shouldn't take this long to get. Like I've never seen. I mean, I can only really compare it to WWE because it's the only equivalent we have. But like I've never seen it take literally the last like they announced a Netflix deal a year ago. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Over a year ago. They announced the SmackDown deal to USA when like what? Early this year?
Yeah,
CW deal, same thing. Early this year.
I just think it's
It's
weird.
strange
Like,
and it's very telling.
yeah, it's taking a really long time for the deal to come to fruition, and I just think it's really weird that um, you know, journalists, big quotations, are all like taking like I think I tweeted like they're acting like Slice Wrestling. They're just saying like it's gonna happen, and then it's not happening anytime soon. And then eventually we're gonna get hit with the "you see, I told you so." But it was just like, okay, but like the deal's not good. Now what? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
I don't
really like I
yeah,
don't think you should be doing a gotcha in my face when it's taking them forever to get their job done.
yeah.
Um,
I've been saying it. I told y'all a week ago. I said these news reporters are very sassy. They get very sassy with
yeah,
people.
what is it? I think Sean Ross Sapp and Andrew motherfucker just being like cornballs over like who's getting what right, and I'm just like, I mean, y'all both niggas got the same fucking source. It don't fucking matter.
Sean Ross Sapp is the king of sassy. That's a sassy little man.
Yeah,
I ain't
and
gonna
then
lie to you.
when people crack him over the head, he want to be like, "Oh no, where's the positivity, guys?" Man,
You know the
fuck that
vibes.
shit. Yeah, just lame shit, you know. But yeah, man, I don't think that they should be like doing victory laps over AEW not finalizing a deal. Like, I don't. I just don't think that's something that y'all should be like hanging over my head or really like celebrating over, or just being like, rubbing it in my face, being on, I told you so.
Also, I don't know why most fans really care about this. I don't really care about a TV deal.
Yeah,
Nothing for me.
I mean, I think it's something that we should care about because it's like, hey, where the hell are we going to be watching these shows?
Yeah, as far as but if it's the Warner deal, it ain't going nowhere then.
Yeah,
Unless they get an HBO Max deal somehow out of this. But I don't know. Maybe
I think
that would be the big win for them. They can get a some kind of deal with Max
that'll be very
involved.
detrimental for them, but that's just me.
Mm.
Um, because they're going to be giving up a lot for HBO
I,
Max.
I think they're gonna be giving up a lot anyway.
Oh, you're probably right, honestly.
Regardless.
No, well, I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, we got rumor talk. This seems like inevitable, but Hurt Business is in talks with AEW, according to
Yeah,
Fightful. However, sources did not say a deal was done or imminent. Usually, in these situations, through prior history, once we get the Fightful report that they've been talking, that means they're signed already.
yeah,
So,
I'm not.
I assume they'd be on this episode. I was wrong.
If
Maybe they
you
wait for Grand Slam.
if you are one of those people that feel like the Hurt Business got wronged, you ain't seen that yet. You're about to see some prime BS happening on this show, with them involved. And honestly, I think a lot of y'all are gonna really regret, like, probably wishing that they got a lot more. Uh, I don't see good things coming out of the Hurt Business
They're not.
being
They're
here.
not. They're gonna lie, and they're gonna do what they're doing with Mercedes and say, "Oh, this is awesome," when they know it's not. They just don't want to admit it. We gonna get to Mercedes too, because I got a lot to say.
Mercedes is a done product to me. Like, I
I
think
got
we
some. I got some things to say
I
about
think
Mercedes.
I think we've seen everything that there is to see about that young lady. Um, but yeah, I can see the Hurt Business coming back whenever Swerve comes back or at Grand Slam. So
You think they put the Hurt Business with Swerve?
yes,
Okay, interesting.
Black
I
Power,
feel
no
I feel
less.
I feel like Swerve's kind of moved past that like the stable thing.
I mean, no, no, I don't think he's gonna be a part of it, but I definitely think that's gonna be a program.
Oh, it could be involved. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, I can
Yeah,
see them having some kind of. That'd be something. Swerve versus Big Bob, Big Roberto.
yeah, you go for that job, nigga. Go ahead and job first. Anything else on this? Sorry, I'm not
Nah, that was
looking at my
it.
phone right now.
That was it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Let's pull up the AEW All In card. You had to remind me
That's,
that this pay-per-view
actually,
happened.
actually, it was all out, sir.
Oh, sorry. Same shit. Um,
It was not the same shit. Actually, this was an interesting show. Can I give some my initial thoughts at least while you're pulling everything up?
I mean, it's already pulled up a go off.
Oh, okay. Um, Gotta be honest with you, I like the show. I did like the show. I thought, you know what it's kind of reminded me of? Um, it was like Infinity War and like Endgame.
Oh,
It had kind of like the
brother.
mood. Hear me out, right?
Ah,
Hear me out.
this shit smells already, bro.
Let me land. Let me land, sir. All right. That's a terrible. Oh no, it's not 11. I didn't think about that. It's a terrible plane joke. Um, so right, I just felt like All Out was a very gritty, kind of like very violent show to the point where it was almost like comedic at times. We're like just so over the top, like what are we doing type shit. But like as a whole, I thought the wrestling was very strong on this show, as opposed to All In, where I thought it was kind of more just so the spectacle of being in an arena. And I thought All In was a good show too. So honestly, they had two back to back good shows in my opinion. But All Out was just very very violent, very a lot of just gimmicky kind of like street fights and like it was just a lot of blood and just kind of very very violent, which at times can be kind of like okay, this is too much. But I really didn't feel that way until the main event. Where I was like, okay, now we're doing a lot. You know what I mean? But I thought Chris and Willow over delivered in their match. I thought that was great. I would say this is probably my favorite Will Ospreay match that he's had. Besides the yeah, you know what? This might be my favorite Will Ospreay match he's had. It's still very much a Will Ospreay match, but I thought if you're gonna do all that bullshit and flippy bullshit and all these like 20,000 moves type shit, I think Pac is probably the best kind of like dance partner to do that with.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So those just come to initial thoughts. You want to just go match for match and kind of give our thoughts on these?
Sure. Um, the Acclaim defeats the Iron Savages. Actually, I'm skipping the pre-show matches. Actually, let's. I don't.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that at all.
That definitely is
MJF,
important.
MJF defeating Daniel Garcia.
Oh man, this was strange. The match itself, I think Meals and Justin kind of went over it pretty well. It was kind of gross. There's a lot of like spitting and like, is it
Mhm.
almost getting to like on some like fetish type shit, low key?
I mean, this whole thing is just a violence fetish. So, what you thought was
It,
cool. So,
this one was really kind of like okay, this is kind of ill, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a blood feud, I guess. But the finish, they they do all these moves and it kind of just finishes them with like a kind of like a bridge pin. So I was like, oh, that's it.
I mean, I feel like that's a lot of AEW matches. Like they do a lot of stuff, and then they just don't know how to like really top it off at the end.
Yeah, but even the fact that MJF won that match, like I said last week, I thought the finish of the match is really going to kind of determine like where Daniel Garcia is at with this company. Personally, if I'm Daniel Garcia at this point, I don't have faith and they don't even trust me to win this match. You know what I mean? Like you already
Mhm.
don't even trust that like I can handle a win over MJF.
I think he
You know what I mean?
gone.
I think so. I don't know.
Oh my
I
god,
really
the fuck do
don't.
you
I
still know?
don't know.
Hey man,
Like,
I told y'all boys what it was, man. Hey, sign this before you go out there. I don't know, brother. Okay.
all right. I mean, according to uh AEW Insider backup Hangman, he said that's pretty much what happened. So I mean, you might be onto something. Uh,
Come on, man. How
hey,
about
you ain't signed yet. All right, buddy, you're losing.
oh
I
well,
would have just not did the match if that was the case. If he wasn't signed yet, I'm not putting him on pay per view.
hey, you know
You're
how
not signed.
AEW you know
No,
how
you're not about the
AEW
Ben
get
Carter
down.
me. You think he did? I don't know why you didn't learn from Ben Carter and who else did you do that for? Somebody else. You did the same thing. Where
Um
you showcased a guy. I think it was a girl. I don't remember which one who it was, but you showcased somebody and they just up and went to WWE. Vacquer, Stephanie Vacquer. You just did that.
mhm.
I'm not putting him on my pay per view with one of my top guys if you're not going to be around. I just wouldn't do it.
AEW is not smart.
I don't.
I'll just let you know that. Um yeah, man. I knew what it was, man. Uh my thing is that like that's the performance you want to leave off on?
What was that?
Is that the performance that you were like Garcia that you want to leave off on?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of underwhelmed by the finish. Honestly, I thought it would pick it up to something and it just stopped.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't really give that shit a glowing review or anything like that.
Was
That's
it wasn't the worst match of the night, but it was definitely the most puzzling to me.
yeah. I mean, it's just once again, it's just AEW things, man. Like you just really can't call it. Like they really just go out there and just do whatever. I'm tired of it, Grandpa.
I wouldn't be shocked if there's some kind of political play involved too. Um, but you know, I mean, from MJF standpoint, but we'll see. I don't know. Uh,
How many more Paula? Like,
Garcia was not mentioned on the show today, and he was not on it. So I mean,
I'm just like,
I don't know what that says.
how many more plays does this nigga need to like run?
All of them. He trying to speed run the Triple H Triple H career mode.
Like, you want to get Garcia out of here. You want to get
The dentist
you
out of here.
you already got Jay White the fuck up out of here. Like what more do you want?
I feel like the only person he probably couldn't get out of here is probably Mox. I don't think Mox playing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mox ain't gonna play with that shit. You like get the fuck out of here.
I definitely think like his political plays like it stops at like Jericho or like it really stops at like former WWE guys. If you're a New Japan dude, MJF is gonna really just dog walk the fuck out of you when it comes to that backstage shit.
Wait till we get the MJF Okada match one day.
That's a match that I'm gonna have to sit here and you're gonna tell me that shit is good. So I'm not trying to hear it. You're gonna tell me that match is a banger,
I don't. I'd have to see the match.
and I'm gonna go, okay, that shit. What is it? Yeah, Okada has a match on this pay per view. I didn't really mention it yesterday because I was dying. But can we get Okada some VC? This nigga is walking around in the plainest, wackest gear I've ever seen.
What's he wearing? I feel like is it any different than what he usually? What did he have on? I don't remember.
He is just wearing like you remember like the microwave popcorn shit that you'll put on the stove or like you'll put it on the stove and then it'll like pop up and shit like that. That I feel like that's what he's wearing. Like
Trying to
he's
find a
just wearing
picture of his gear.
some like metallic BS.
I feel like he's been on that metallic wave for a while though. Now, right?
That shit look whack, bro. Get some new gear. That shit look lame as hell.
Mm.
That's my closing thoughts on the matter.
Fashion
I think
talk. All right, what's the next match?
look like a fucking lame. The Young Bucks defeats Blackpool Combat Club.
I mean, this was just a standard Young Bucks match.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
had no real thoughts on this. I didn't think you there, Claudia, were gonna win this at all. So
yeah, I saw this exact match in like 2017. So
it wasn't bad. It was just a match. I genuinely just don't remember anything that happened in it.
that needs to start constituting as bad. Like you just doing the same old shit. Like we really need to just start cooking
I
the fuck
could,
out of
but
you
I
for that.
mean, it could. But there's a difference between bad and just like, okay, this is just a match. You know what I mean? Like I can't. It's not like they were stinking it up out there because I think they're all. I mean, not really either, but I think they're all quality wrestlers. You know what I mean? So
uh,
like,
I love that you had to just get that in there. You know,
I'm not. You're not getting no props from me.
this
Um,
nigga in particular. Yes.
but yeah. I mean, they're all wrestlers who wrestled shoot 2 decades worth. You know what I mean? They're probably like 80 year worth of wrestling experience in that match. There's no way they were gonna have a bad match. It just standard match. What you would expect from Cesaro, I'm sorry, Claudio, in the Bucks, and Willie is there doing his thing.
The
He
Willie
he he he,
disrespect is
he gets
fucking
his real he
hilarious.
gets his real performance later on in the show.
Oh yeah, his acting.
He gets it in his
Um,
bag.
yeah, I saw this match. Like I said, I saw this match before. I don't think I'm gonna have him. I'm not gonna give it a raving review now. So that's how I feel on the matter. Um,
Oops.
Will Ospreay versus Pot. Um, you like flips, nigga?
Hey, if you the thing with Osprey is you know what you're gonna get at this point, and it's impressive. It's definitely athletic. It's some people's style. Some people prefer this style. Some people don't really rock with it. I'm kind of leaning toward that way. It's fine in doses, and I think after a while, it's like, all right, man, we're doing a lot. But like I said earlier, I think as far as the Will Ospreay esque match goes, this was a good one. It wasn't like Kyle Fletcher because this is at least this is Pac. You know what I mean? This guy he beat Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? Like this is a guy with some real like accolades of his career, and like
I,
it kind of
I,
matters more. I take him more seriously than I would take a Kyle Fletcher, even though I knew he wasn't gonna win. But you know what I mean? Like it's Pac.
mm,
It's not a Kyle Fletcher or whoever the fuck.
it's really shitting on Kyle Fletcher here, and I like it. It's just uh no, it's everything but the match from that nigga.
Yeah, you know what I
Um,
mean?
now I hear you loud and clear. Um, this went 20 minutes, man.
I mean that's the Osprey match. It's
Yeah,
going
like
20 minutes. They're gonna do every move in the
well,
catalog.
and we definitely got that. Really can't really co-sign this, John, but it kind of just is what it is. Um, but like you said, like you know, we know what we're gonna get, but that shit just don't impress me. Like that's not something that like I'm gonna give them a slide for. So this match is just kind of like whatever. It the show goes on. Chris Statlander defeats Willow Nightingale. This one. Um, I forget what the monkey meme where it says the neurons activate.
Yes.
This the opposite of that.
Ah,
Why do you have Chris Statlander win?
I don't care. I don't care. I haven't cared about this feud in like the last month. They wrestled each other so many times. At this point, I just wanted to see a good match out of these two. And I will say this was the best match of the night. I really did had no like interest in who won the match because I really what is it leading to anyway?
You're so right.
Like, okay, Chris, now what? She gonna wrestle Mercedes, or she gonna wrestle
She's gonna wrestle Mercedes and lose regardless.
or who was the other champion? Who's the other champion?
I'll give you time to figure it out.
Oh, Mariah May. You know what I mean? Like, I forgot that quick.
Yeah, because
Um,
she's very
she's not doing
unimpressive
it.
as
She's not really.
champion.
She ain't really done anything. Um, yeah, this match was this was fun. I thought they had some fun spots, memorable spots. I thought Chris Statlander going Coochie first into the tax was funny. That was a cool little spot. I never seen anything like that before. Um, the um the senton to the outside and Willow didn't move fast enough. Got kicked in the head. That shit looked like it hurt. I know her head was ringing for the rest of the
Yes,
night.
sir.
What other spots? The light tube spot because I didn't see it coming. That was a good spot. I think they
The
had
what
some really
spot?
fun the like light tubes.
No, yeah. I mean, light two's always cool with me. So
Yeah, I'll fuck with the light tube spot. Especially because she kind of like snuck out with it, like you didn't see it coming, and then bam. I thought it was fun. They had some real fun creative spots. I really enjoyed this match. I would say it might. Is it the best
oh
women's match
no.
I've seen in AEW?
Oh, ever. Uh
I'm
hey
trying.
man, if you
Cause
were to
crazy
say
enough,
so, I'd hear I wouldn't fight you on it, bro.
cause crazy enough, I didn't Britt have a really good match one time. Like one time, she had a really good match.
Yeah, the same a mess that's very similar like this one with Thunder Rosa. Like
It was the Thunder Rosa one, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm putting this
I
one
think
over the Thunder Rosa one. I think we overhyping the Thunder Rosa one too much.
I'd have to go back and watch that. I remember really enjoying that though. But yeah, I think Willow's really good at these kind of street fight style matches. She usually like every time she's been in one, they've been good. So it seems to kind of be her thing. Um, and this was no exception. These guys, I think these two have great chemistry. I just kind of wish their feud was what it was. I feel like it got like the turn. The turn was kind of like the peak of it, and then like it just, which happens. But like,
I don't even think the turn was the peak of this shit, bro. Because
I'm not
even
even
the
sure.
turn was very confusing to me.
I'm not sure. I feel you know what it was like. Chris Statlander turned, but then that was kind of just it. We never really got any more development on kind of like what this is, what her new character is. It's kind of she just evil Chris Statlander now, I guess.
I, controversial.
And then like
I
half of it was like over Stokely.
Yeah, I think Stokely is very much getting in the way of this.
I can agree with that.
Um, I think he's just like kind of overbearing over like the whole thing. Like, I just need you to just take a step back. Let let Krista Lender do her thing, and then what is it? Like, we didn't have to do the Ishii and Statlander thing at where was that?
All in.
Yeah, we didn't need to do that. That could have been where the match like was, and then also, I just think like you said, I think this thing really does lack a lot of like promo time or time for like this to really like build up and care. Like throughout the weeks, you have Chris Statlander always around the conglomeration, which I'm just like, get the fuck away from those guys.
I mean Willow.
Yeah, Willow, like get the fuck away from those guys. Um, I don't think the conglomeration was really doing anything for Willow. Um,
They're not doing anything for themselves. The whole point of the conglomeration is that
there are a bunch
Tony
of
Khan,
guys that aren't doing shit.
Tony Khan don't know what to do with these guys, but he wants them on TV.
Yeah.
That's all it is. He had nothing. He had no idea what to do with these guys,
And then
but
you're
he needs
never
them on TV.
Yeah, and then you're never really having Chris Statlander cut any promos because you have Stokely that's trying to get his jokes off. Um, yeah, I don't know. It just this whole thing is just like a recipe for disaster, and like you said, it just really never went anywhere.
But this was my match of the night, though. I will say that much. I really enjoyed this. I had a great time.
Yeah, this wasn't as violent as like the main event, but it was definitely more enjoyable. Um,
Yeah,
because it didn't get to that. Okay, like, so when do you guys pull the gun out point? Um, and I think that is okay with me. We got Okada defeating Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Tenoshi Takeshita.
It was cool to see
Um,
Takeshita and Okada mix it up because I believe that's the first time they have ever have. It seems like they're
mhm.
leaning that way for a rematch, a singles match. Um, this team kind of teased tonight on Dynamite. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any expectations on Okada losing the championship in this match. It was cool. I thought there was some cool spots. But yeah, it was a very standard 4 way. Um, another match where like it wasn't bad, but it was just kind of a match that happened. No real heat to it. Okada just kind of here, like around, like for comedic relief. And yeah, he wrestles once a month. That's kind of it. Mark Briscoe is on TV. Like I said before, the conglomeration. I guess Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho got some shit going on, but it's the Chris Jericho feud, so I'd rather do nothing to be honest with you. If those were the
Yeah,
options. Um, yeah, I just feel like TK really wants Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy on his TV show, and
just doesn't know how.
yeah, so he just puts them in conglomeration and said, "Y'all, I don't know, y'all can have a match with so and so." Um,
Would you guys be down for a six man?
we'll throw Ishii in there too. You know what I mean?
Would you guys like to have a six man? And if you guys are good, I'll throw in Ishii next time.
Yeah, I mean maybe a
Yeah,
Willow Nightingale in there. You know?
yeah. I can't rock this shit though, man. This show is ridiculous. Next we got Mercedes Monet defeating Hikaru Shida. I told y'all niggas this wasn't gonna be good. They had a very mediocre match on Dynamite, and I don't know why anybody thought this match would be better given more time. Also, I did say that Camille is very unimportant to this whole thing.
He had nothing to
And
do with anything.
she didn't really do shit at
What
all.
what what's the point of having a heater, debuting a heater, and then she never gets involved in the in any of your matches for the finish? Why even exist? That's the whole point of having a heater to help you win.
AEW's AEW's is missing a core component to their whole game,
That's literally
or
the
her
reason
purpose.
is to
Uh,
help you win,
I,
and she's
I
not there. Why
I knew
else would you
she
have a big girl like that
I
around
knew
you?
she I know she wasn't gonna do shit. So that's just the funny part.
It almost makes me feel like they only put her with Camille because he probably tired of hearing people say, "Why isn't Camille on TV yet?"
I'm pretty sure she was wondering why she's not on TV yet.
That I would be questioning that as well. Why am I not on TV? I don't know, but it just feels like if she's not going to be involved, why even put her with Mercedes? Who is that helping? Who is that benefiting?
That's for TK to answer.
Hey, I'm
Uh,
gonna keep it a stack. Look, we're gonna have to have a conversation. I know people don't want to do this. I know people don't want to, but we're gonna have to have a conversation. Mercedes in back-to-back pay-per-views having the worst match on the show. We're gonna have to talk about this. People got mad at me 2 weeks ago. Not mad at me, but people were like, "What are you talking about?" When I said when her and Britt stunk it up, I said Mercedes was also at fault in this match too. And people were like, "How can you say that? She tried the best she could with what you had." I'm like, "Bro,
it takes two.
it takes
It takes
two.
two.
You
Niggas
know what I
don't want to
mean?
hear it.
They don't want to hear it. I know Mercedes, your girl. I get it. I think we all had the attachment
gotta
to
hit,
Mercedes.
gotta hit the Sami Zayn. I get it.
I get it, bro. Like I understand. She was, you know what I mean? Especially during that era when she was popping, like it wasn't a lot of black girls to really cheer for. So I get the people's attachment to Mercedes, but we got to keep it a stack. This ain't the same girl we saw. We know from NXT Brooklyn. This not her.
That woman's been gone for a while, but
That
that's
woman's
just me.
gone. And
Oh,
I mean, if you wanted to use the excuse for Britt stinking it up, that's fine. But I mean, Hikaru Shida, at minimum, Hikaru Shida is like a decent wrestler. Like we know that.
I'm like, I saw the match on Dynamite. I don't know what y'all saw, but I definitely saw them stake it up literally a few weeks prior. So I don't know what people were really expecting here. That's just me.
She wasn't on
Uh,
Dynamite either, so I don't know where
I,
her
I
expectations are.
I know people wanted to make it seem like, I got a vendetta against, or we got a vendetta because she left the E or whatever. But it's just like, I just think we just got to call a spade a spade. And I've been calling this spade for a minute. Is that the level of competition on AEW is very low. I said this when before AEW even started, when people were rumoring, talking about Kenny Omega and the dream matches that he could have, blah blah this and that. And I said the level of competition over there is very low. So any of these dream matches or matches that we were wishing that they're gonna have is gonna fucking suck. But nobody wanted to hear it. And you know what? I'll say kind of ate a little minor crow those first few years. But then it really came to the point where it's just like, okay, like who's left? And now there's nobody to face.
I don't know where Mercedes goes from here. I'm
Just keep
not feeling
doing
her reign. I don't know. I haven't
just
been
keep
feeling this TBS
just
title reign.
Mercedes, just keep doing what you do. Because honestly, we say all this, but this is probably the best like we're gonna get.
I mean, I can't even say that because the match she had with Stephanie Becker was good.
I
So
think
it
this
started. It
is
started off strong.
I think this is the best that it's gonna get. I who else on the division that she could possibly have like a really like good match with? Tony Storm?
Yeah,
Uh, I know
they're not gonna
it's
do.
the
They're
new
not gonna
girl.
do
Yeah,
Athena. They're not gonna do Athena. So we already know that.
yeah,
It's not happening.
y'all like that Queen Aminata fella. So they would
Watch
probably
your
have a
mouth. Watch
match.
it. Watch your mouth. All right.
They can have that match and then everybody out. Like that was fantastic. Like they did with Hikaru Shida just a few weeks ago.
I think Queen Aminata is a better wrestler than Hikaru Shida, though.
Okay, not gonna hear me protest.
I think Queen
Um,
Aminata is actually really good. Not that I find, not only that, not just because she's
it's
attractive, but I
fine.
think she's actually a good worker.
I'm sure you do both, big boy. I'm sure you do. Um, moving on, we got Brian Danielson versus Jack Perry.
Jumping Jack Perry.
Why'd you call him Jumping Jack Perry?
I don't know.
We you workshopping on some shit, man. Um, Danielson, he can do it all ish. He
Hey,
could pull
look,
a good match out of everybody ish.
yeah, I'm not gonna like this. Is another one of those situations where I'm not gonna say the match was bad, but it didn't need to be 30 minutes. I can tell you that much. Um, a lot of extra shit going on. A lot of Goo Goo and Gaga. BCC came out. Not BCC. I'm sorry. The Elite came out at one point, and then the BCC came out to defend them. That led to the distraction. That led to the finish. There's a lot. I don't think we need to do all that for for Jack Perry, but it's fine. Um, the match itself, it was what it was. It was inoffensive to me, in general. The post match is kind of more of the story for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the hell? um, what happened at the
Neo
end?
Neo Moxley turns on
Well,
Danielson.
well. First, before we even get to that, so after BCC make the save and Pac comes out and they're all like kind of raising Brian Danielson's hand. It might be one of the funnier turns I've ever seen before. Claudia, I've never seen someone turn on somebody with a European uppercut before. It's a very Claudio
Yeah,
turn.
and then Brian just looked at him like, "Oh, did you just hit me?" I'm just like, "At least sell this shit, my nigga." Goddamn.
I like the way he sold that actually
I
because
didn't know.
because
Come
because
on.
because generally a European uppercut is not gonna like knock a guy out.
At
He's
least
a
act like
fan.
that.
Like
At least act like that shit hurt.
it did. His feelings were hurt. It hurt his heart.
All right, man. Keep going. Just keep
Anyway,
going.
Claudio European uppercut Brian Danielson. Um, and Brian's like, "What was that for? Why would you do that?" And then they jump old boy, and then all of them start beating up Brian Danielson, and John Moxley takes a trash bag, puts it over Brian Danielson's head, chokes him out, suffocates him with the trash bag. It's a very old school kind of angle that I've seen Brian himself do. I remember he had a match with Necro Butcher and PWG where they did that spot.
Mhm.
Um, very over the top, very cartoony kind of thing to do in wrestling. But I thought it definitely sold the kind of aggression or whatever kind of what they're doing with Moxley, whatever this weird like I don't I guess we can kind of just want to talk about it now. Like this whole what is this? I don't.
Let's talk about it
It's
now.
weird.
I think
It's
this
weird.
what is it? Brian Alvarez said that this is based off some movie, and the movie is very what's a nice way to put it? Um very Nazi-ist. Like I'm not going to really dance around it. Very alt-righty.
Nah, it's not like Jordan Peterson Nazi. Like you know what I mean? Like was the old boy then I got punched in the face at the I forgot who was the neo Nazi the New York Times were trying to push like it's like this
Oh
new
man,
age. What's that dude's name? You know what I'm
I
talking
don't know,
about?
man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know these motherfuckers' name for real, man.
It's not that.
Uh,
It's like the old school like 90 like Jerry Springer Nazi.
Kramer. Like what the fuck? What the fuck are you
Nah,
talking about?
really when they had the KKK on Jerry Springer. You
No,
remember those episodes? You might be too.
I was in school.
He'd be fighting people in the crowd.
Yeah, like I
Joe,
was
but
not. I wasn't watching daytime television.
you ever play hooky? Uncle Jerry.
No.
Rest in peace to my grandpa. I used to love Jerry Springer, man.
He was cool. He was cool for his time, but yeah, man. These promos are very confusing to me, and I'm not really understanding what's going on here because you have Moxley cutting several promos on the show tonight, talking about like democracy has failed. We're taking over.
Allegedly, he quoted Mussolini.
Okay.
I cannot confirm or deny that. I only saw a tweet saying that he did that. I missed
Can't
the opening promo today, so I don't even know what was said.
can't let the punk shit go, huh?
But allegedly, he quoted Mussolini. So take that for what you will.
Yeah.
It feels very hashtag coded.
Yeah, no, it really feels like I'm not trying to like make this seem like a bigger deal than it is, but it really does feel like, this is like a I was about to say pre-war, but like this does feel like democracy has failed. They stole the election from us and we're going to storm the Capitol. This is what this shit sound like for real.
Mm.
That like you can't tell me that it doesn't. It's like these promos are, I would say, just outright insane. Like they will call anything, WWE do a dog whistle or some shit like that, and then when a literal dog whistle is like cracking in your face, they're just like, it is what it is, man. It's pro wrestling. This shit really fucking crazy to me, yo.
Is it because no
Um,
one's watching? That why nobody cares?
I don't think it's because no one watching. I think just because generally AEW could just get away with anything. Like I don't understand how you could go absolutely nuts and crazy over, the Walter name change and then have this motherfucker come in your face talking about, uh uh uh, democracy has failed. We're gonna take it back, blah blah blah, this and that. Like even saying that shit make me feel uncomfortable, yo. And AEW could just and AEW could just do it, yo.
You know, our Truth has a song with Fabo.
I didn't know this, but thank you for telling
I'm
me.
sorry, I just saw that, but I'm with you on that. This whole thing is it's strange. It's very cryptic and kind of like, where are we going? Like, are y'all gonna take it there for real? Like, what's what we gonna do? Do you subscribe to the theory that Shane's involved in this at all?
I would hope not. That is my answer.
Nice.
I would hope Shane McMahon is not involved in this in any sort of way. Um, is that what people want? Like what is
I
it?
don't know.
A few weeks with A plus. I was telling you on the like, is that the dunk of the century? Having Shane McMahon on AEW. How does this
I guess you got like
dude?
a little petty win. I mean, it'll get internet points, I guess.
I need to show off
I
the tele. I need to show off television, bro. I need that deal to be bad, yo. Like you're you got this nigga doing Noxy coded promos, and then the big gotcha is, we got Shane McMahon when y'all ain't even like that nigga when he was around in the WWE for real. Well, they like that nigga the same way they like what the other nigga name Jeff Jarrett.
Nah, I think people got pretty annoyed with Shane by the end of it. They were like, "Get this nigga off my TV."
Nah,
I was like, "Get this man off my TV."
they gonna like this nigga the same way they like Jeff Jarrett. Watch, they just gonna turn around. It don't matter. Niggas don't stand
But I
on
feel,
business, man.
but I feel like no one's really. I mean, like the last time people were really annoyed by Jeff Jarrett was like 2005. You know what I mean?
Niggas love Jeff Jarrett, man. That's
I like Jeff Jarrett. I'm fucking with
yeah.
Jeff. I fuck with Jeff Jarrett.
So, yeah, whatever happens, happens, you know. Um, but yeah, no, I think that like Neo Moxley and whatever they got going on, I think is really weird. And I'm gonna just really fast forward to the show because the main event just was really barely talked about on the show. But like you have Darby Allen finally like comes out, excuse me, and we find out what Moxley wants. He wants Darby Allen title shot, and he's gonna fight him for the title shot at Grand Slam, right?
Because Brian Daniels is incapacitated, he won't be able to make it to Grand Slam, or we thought
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we thought so. What does that have to do with democracy?
Darby took his job.
What do you mean by that?
She took her nerves.
What do you mean by that? But like, I don't know, like the shit not those BCC promos not don't make you uncomfortable, dog.
I missed it. Like I said, I missed it this week, so I didn't even get to
I mean,
see it.
they had like three more on the show.
Yeah, he's just saying like weird cryptic shit. I don't really know where it's going. But
Like,
allegedly, this was the most coded one this week, so I didn't get to see it, so I don't know what's going on.
yeah, this shit coded as a motherfucker, man. But that's how I feel. Um, let's get into the main event. We got Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page. Thoughts?
So coming off the angle, I thought it was a very hot way to finish Dynamite last week, literally and figuratively, I guess, pun intended, I guess. Um,
Yeah, I like the house burning shot. I thought it was cool.
so when the match starts, it starts before the cage drop. They can't even wait for the cage to close. They hate each other so much. This, I think, if I were to compare this match with the street fight from earlier, this one felt more like, oh, we're going for shock value. over kind of
Yes.
telling the story. I mean, they told a story, but this was more about like how far can we take this without it being like a snuff film or something. I don't fucking know. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought they took some pretty stupid bumps. I thought the cinder block bumps were insane. I don't know whose idea that was to bring it up. Say, hey, let's bring a cinder block in it, or they're fucking nuts. I would add, hell no, I'm not taking that bump. You're out of your damn mind. Never, I keep telling you, wrestlers are stupid. They will, just, they will. You have to save them from themselves. They'll do whatever. I don't even think Mick
AEW,
Foley would take a bump like that.
AEW is doing a really shit job of protecting these niggas from themselves. But
Bro, what do you gain from doing a fucking dead eye on to a cinder block?
you ever
What's the
thought
reason? We don't have
you
to do
ever
that. You don't have to do this.
have you ever thought that the internet might go crazy over it?
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you're a pussy. You don't like real wrestling, I guess, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not here or there. Okay, so we get to the center of the block spot. It is what it is. I thought it was dumb, but it's a very heavy feud. So whatever. Then we get to the wooden spike spot. I was fine with that too. That was fine. Because it's a hardcore match. I expect it to get
Hardcore.
bloody. I expect. I was cool with the match until. Let me preface this by saying I didn't watch this show live, so I already knew the syringe spot was coming. It
Mhm.
was all over the timeline. You couldn't miss it. So it kind of took the initial shock away from me. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but the syringe was like, okay, y'all lost me with this one. The syringe was where you lost me. It gave me very much like IWAMS like deathmatch garbage type shit, like some shit Swerve was probably doing for like $20 back in the day, and he wanted to recreate that on the main stage.
Yeah.
I it was very just it's so over the top cartoonish at that point when you syringe. Like people are trying to justify, like, oh, well, they hate each other. Like, first, what kind of fight you ever been in where a nigga pulled out a syringe? What?
And then they try to kick it up a notch and being like, hey man, he put opioids in this shit. Like
Yeah, okay. That was just what do you do? But another thing, I just think from like a booking standpoint, you just had a suffocation angle literally like 20 minutes before, like 30 minutes before that. You just did one. We just did the over the top cartoonish kind of, you know what I mean, like heel move. So why would you do it again with a syringe? It was like almost like some like I said, some like gross out like violence fetish type shit. And it's like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. I don't know. I don't. That was very over the top for me. And then to finish it off with the chair shot to the head, it was obviously a breakaway chair. It broke like immediately when it landed on his head. But even so, I still don't subscribe to kind of like chair shots to the head in 2024. I don't think
oh,
that,
you're not a real
and I don't.
wrestling fan. You should probably try protecting the business, brother.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan personally. Just knowing what we know about just any kind of head-on collision doesn't really make a difference if it's a shave down or breakaway item. You're still banging something in someone's head at full force.
The
It's
nigga
gonna
that
do
told
something.
the nigga that told Ricky Morton to shut up and protect the business, bruh.
Hey, you know what I mean? What can you do? If I told what I keep saying, I'm not gonna call it a cult, but it's cult esque. It's MAGA esque. I keep
And
saying it.
they can get away with anything, dog. Shit's kind of crazy. That shit's just
You could
crazy to me.
anything that is a critique of AEW is the
It's the
man trying to
violence.
t- it's trying to take the company down and take food off of FTR's table, and they can't have that.
I like how it's specifically FTR's table, nobody
they,
else's.
they keep telling us this is the only way they can do it. So that's my thought. I like the match up until the syringe.
Um, I yeah, let me just gather my thoughts real quick. Um, I think we all seen what is it? What's his face? Samoa Joe versus Necro Butcher.
Love it.
I've
Classic.
I've seen a lot of death matches in my time. You know, heavily documented, where this whole thing loses me is just that you have all this brutality, right? What the fuck was the syringe? Can you at least tell me what was in it so I can really buy this motherfucker just being like, all right, I'm cooked.
Yeah,
And
because
then he
if
and
it's
then
like
he
a
just
numbing,
yeah.
if it's like a numbing agent, how does that make any sense? I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, that would be a good question of what was in that syringe. Was
Um
it like did it put you to sleep? Like was it like laughing gas or something? I like what is it?
yeah. And
That
then
would probably help.
another critique that I have is something that like I think it's a philosophy that we could all subscribe to because I like to take from reality. Um because this is real wrestling. Um and sometimes I can suspend my disbelief, right? But I just think it's extremely stupid to be getting paid this much to work this hard. I don't understand why you would want to do half the things that you do in this match when you're getting paid guaranteed money and you don't actually have to do any of this. What are you taking the power like okay, you hate the nigga, right? I would just beat his ass, just a regular old ass whooping. Um
You have to get sick and sadistic. You know what I mean?
yeah, like I didn't
Yeah, let
think
people know you're a sicko.
I don't get Swerve having to or like Hangman really wanting to do all this. All you really wanted to hurt the nigga. I just think like yes, this is ultra violent, but I don't think it was like entertainingly ultra violent because I found a lot of the violence kind of like cartoonish and very stupid. Like I like Tom and Jerry, but I know these niggas aren't Tom and Jerry people, and they're actually hurting the fuck out of each other. And I just think it's really dumb to do all this for a very menial reward. And the fact that I still think this match is going to continue at some point, or like this feud is going to continue at some point.
Where does
And
it go
then
from here? I don't like what else can they do?
this is going to continue. Watch. And then you're going to do all this stuff for whatever, you're going to do your snuff type film or whatever. And then you don't sell it. Why are you tweeting, bro? If you're going to do all this and then talk about it on Twitter, like just sell the shit. Like what was the point of you doing all that shit if you're not going to sell it?
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, you're like, what are you going on the internet for to like tell me what I thought, like what I think about this match is wrong?
You know, there was a very popular soul singer by the name of Erica Badu
Okay, where is this
who
going?
has something to say about her art and that she's very sensitive about her shit. Um, and wrestlers, I think, are very sensitive about their shit, especially I don't know this man, but Swerve kind of gives me insecure vibes. He seems like a very insecure man. Just off what I've seen and heard. So yeah, that doesn't really surprise me that he would
Um,
do something like that.
I know I like really like danced around the point or danced around like what I'm trying to say here, but like I thought this match was just like it wasn't smart violence. That's all.
I thought a lot of it was dumb. I agree,
Like
but
I get it, you hate the nigga, but like you don't have to kill yourself to kill the other nigga. That's just my thoughts.
But if you didn't like it, you don't like wrestling and you're a pussy. So,
I guess I'm all that because throughout all that, I could probably think of a much like a lot of other death matches that does half the shit that these guys do that I found way more entertaining and way more fun. That's just me. Next,
that was all out. I thought it was a good show.
I said that I thought that what is it? All In was like a good episode of Dynamite. This show feels like an early Rampage, and I
Mm,
mean that in the nicest way possible.
okay. I think I see where you're going with that.
That is the nicest I'm going to put it. Um, and I guess we can let's talk about the show. Uh,
Dynamite.
we got
What
the
happened
tag
on
team. We got the tag team gauntlet, which Osprey and Fletcher won.
Oh,
Uh,
before I mean, we had to explain how they even got to that point.
can I get there?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. My fault.
So, Don Callis cashes in a favor, says that Osprey, you have never lost. Excuse me, you have never lost one of these casino gauntlets matches. You have a 100% win rate when in these. So I'm gonna
Right.
need you to help my client get the dub on this one. And his client just being his best friend, Kyle Fletcher. He rightfully so. Will Ospreay's just like, hey man, I would love to do this, but I really have like other things to like really focus on. And Don Callis was just like, um, I'm not asking. I'm not asking for do this shit for me. So Will Ospreay is kind of reluctant, but Kyle Fletcher's just like, come on, mate, I really need a win. And then Will Ospreay's like, oh, I can't say no to that accent, and then they do it.
We do the damn thing. The participants in the casino gauntlet were FTR, Fletcher and Osprey, the Righteous, Undisputed Kingdom, the Acclaimed, MXM Collection, Top Flight, the Outrunners, and Grizzled Young Vets. That is the current state of the AEW tag division.
That shit
Thoughts?
had me saying who. That shit had me saying who a lot.
um, Standout moments. The Outrunners got a big pop. They're over. They're over, buddy. They are the new
They're the
meme
new
of the
meme.
month. Um, it went from Joe Hendry to the Outrunners. The Outrunners. It feels like this is AEW's new Danhausen. So I expect to see them on TV a lot more. They got their first win on, I believe it was Rampage last week.
I personally I just can't believe that FTR let these new niggas just take the old school gimmick
The old
right from
school
under their
gimmick.
nose. Like,
Like, give me that. Give me that. Because you know what
like
it is? I think that because it's so over the top and clearly like a joke, and I feel like FTR takes themselves very seriously,
mhm.
and then people would just rather just like enjoy the joke instead of just, like, because I mean they're
Yeah.
entertaining. They have a funny look. They have a fun look, and nobody else on the show is like them. Um, and people want to gravitate to that. It's something different, even if it is something old. But sometimes
I
you know what I mean. Like sometimes
I got no problems with it. You know,
I'm
ain't got
cool
to
with
sell
it.
me.
And I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding. They're outselling some of AEW's top guys when it comes to merch. So
I thought that was so funny. I was like, I these niggas never even they never sniffed
and
dynamite till tonight, bruh, and they
never,
selling more than Swerve.
they were on the show. Nobody's watching and outsold Swerve. Monty while Swerve's over here fucking getting dropped on a cinder block on his head.
Mhm. I mean, these niggas killing themselves to get over, bro.
You guys is jobbing, getting over. They never won a
That
match ever.
that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm
They,
talking about, bro.
they doing 6 minute matches on Rampage.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. These niggas really killing themselves to do all this shit, and then they having the outrunners outdo them, bro. Like that shit not crazy to y'all. Like, yeah. You know, you blowing up houses, you getting stabbed with needles and stuff like that. And then the two dudes that just, they put some aviators, they look like fresh out of hot tub time machine and they outselling you.
Fresh off of AWA. Feel me?
That shit's sad, bro. I don't
Fresh
know.
off Mid South.
That would be extremely demoralizing to me. But moving on.
Before we go, were you expecting Hurt Business or Motor City Machine Guns to pop out? I
Everybody
was
kept
kind of half expecting Hurt Business.
I wasn't expecting either because I didn't care about the Smash, but everybody was just like, "Oh, Motor City Machine Guns." Yeah, I was just like, well, "Okay, if they show up, they show up." But you know, where they get to me? I don't know what you guys are hoping for, but I wasn't expecting it because I didn't really expect anything out of this match. Not to like be like, no, I'm too smart to get duped and shit like that. It was just like thoughts was empty when it came to this shit. That's all.
Mm.
Um, Next we have Nigel McGuinness is good. He is he's good to compete.
I mean, we saw that all in. He get to compete.
Mm-hmm. Um, am I worried about him? No, he's a grown ass man. So whatever happens, happens. But they do plan on running him and Brian back for
Now,
the
this is what I want to talk about. I'm not
yeah.
getting my look. I try. I don't. Sometimes when I watch Dynamite, I'm like, am I being overcritical of this show? Am I thinking too hard? Am I going too deep? No, Shannon. But you know what I mean? Like,
I knew it. I was just waiting for it.
I had to do it. I'm sorry, but what are I gonna? I'm just sitting there like, bro, am I being too overcritical and just not just enjoying what I'm watching? But like, I just need stuff not to steal from meals, but like make shit make sense, bro. That's all. Like, just don't insult my intelligence like this. Look, you literally started the show off. You said, no, John Moxley said, "Hey, this dude is incapacitated. We're not going to see him for a while. So, Darby, let's have a match at Grand Slam to see who faces Bryan Danielson when he's ready to go." For only an hour later, Nigel McGuinness comes out with a piece of paper saying, "Hey, look, I want to wrestle Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam." And then 10 minutes later, the match is official. What happened? Mind you, John Moxley just murdered this man on Saturday. So you're telling me Bryan Danielson agreed to this match? Say, you know what? I know a guy tried to kill me on Saturday. Let me go have this match with a guy who I wrestled 18 years ago. For what?
Tony Khan go get his dream match. That's one thing
Look,
for certain.
I am the biggest Ring of Honor nerd you will ever meet. I love the Bryan Danielson not just because bad. Not unified, not the one in the UK, that nasty fucking ring post spot. I can't watch that. But the other matches, love those matches. Right? I don't, bro. We're not in 2006 anymore. It's 2024. Why are we like breaking up month worth of like storytelling we had going just to like hot shot this match? Unless Bryan Danielson like doesn't have as much time as he thought he did, he has to wrap this up really, really soon, and he really wants to do this match. But there
I
had
mean,
to be a less common.
he never had the time that he wanted us to believe. I'm telling you that shit right now.
I'm starting to believe that too, but I'm just like, how, like, you just said he's probably not good to go. Now all of a sudden he's good to go. So why not have Darby Allin versus Bryan Danielson? Because honestly, let's keep it a stack. That's probably going to put more butts in seats than a guy like Nigel who hasn't wrestled in a decade.
Whoa, butts and
Over
seats.
over a match. They had, bro, like
Dude,
I
you're a
promise you,
fan. What are you worried about tickets being sold, bro?
you're right. What do I care? I don't know. Just like, but it's not even like, what does your audience want to see more? Do they want to see Bryan Danielson versus a guy who's not full time versus your announcer, or do you want to see Bryan Danielson versus one of your top baby faces?
Versus the announcer is crazy, but like you're absolutely right. Like
Which one would you rather see? You want to see Bryan Danielson versus one of the top baby faces in your company in wrestling? To be honest with you, in American wrestling, or would you rather him wrestle Nigel McGuinness? I love Nigel McGuinness. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, but let's be for real.
hey, man, I don't know what
So
to say,
now,
bro.
so not only you made the angle on Saturday look weak as fuck
Hmm.
because clearly he's good enough to go already after you tried to kill him. You made Darby look dumb for giving up his for gambling his match when he didn't need to because clearly they could have just had the match. You make Brian look dumb because I don't know. Why do you even care about Nigel? No one just tried to kill you on Saturday. What are you worried about Nigel McGuinness for? What is Nigel McGuinness going to do?
I don't know why Nigel McGuinness is hell bent on having this match.
I understand why Nigel wants to do this match,
I don't.
but my thing is like you didn't have to do it right now. You can do it later on. You can do it after Grand Slam. Why does it have to be? Why did you have to do this that great? We already people were already anticipating Danielson versus Darby. Why bait and switch us with this?
Yeah, I don't understand why this match needs to happen now.
Yeah,
Um,
that's where I'm just really I don't like it. It's not helping anybody
can
just to get this match out of the
like
way. And it's not going to be as good as the match you had in 2006.
can you enlighten me on why Nigel McGuinness wants to have this match now?
Um, in kayfabe or like in real life.
Both. I want to see how this goes.
In real life, I'm assuming he wants to do this one last time because that's his greatest opponent, and I think he just had a lot of respect for Brian and wants to run it back. Um, before it's too late. And I think he sees that window closing very soon. Kayfabe, I mean, he's been talking shit for years. He been talking a lot of shit.
Like
Um,
I don't know. Like the I don't know. I guess he just like has the battery in his back now
yeah,
that
now
he's
he's good to
like
go.
good. Yeah, so now he's just gonna run up on niggas.
I don't know. Just I think this, if anything, this makes Darby look dumb. I mean, dumber than he usually looks on these shows. It just seems like it's just bad storytelling. It doesn't make you literally just like I said, you nerfed that whole angle you did on Saturday. Because if I'm Brian Danielson, if someone tried to choke me out with a plastic bag, I'm not worried about nothing else. I want my revenge.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Nigel.
Yeah, who I
Who gives
wouldn't
a
be
fuck
worried
about
about that.
Nigel McGuinness? I'm sorry, bro. Who cares about Nigel McGuinness? I don't care.
You're not a real wrestling fan.
He's the
That's what
announcer.
that's what I'm sensing that you're not a real fan.
Imagine in 1999 when Stone Cold got hit by the car, came
He went
back.
he went after King
He went to
Lawler.
Jerry Law. Imagine Stone hit by the car, came back furious. Finds out it was Rikishi who did it. And you know what he says? I want to fight Jerry Lawler. Imagine that's literally what just happened.
That shit's on fire to me, bro. I don't know what you're talking
He
about, you
said,
know.
I want to match with Jerry Lawler before I handle my business with Rikishi and Triple H. Let me have this match with Jerry Lawler real quick.
What I'm hearing is that you're not a sicko. That's all.
I'm not a sicko. I thought I was. I'm not. I'm a fake sicko. I
I don't
thought
know
it was
why
really about this life, but I'm not.
I don't know why fake sicko's
They
so
get
funny to me, but
they give me a headache. Everyone's giving me a headache.
um moving on ski. Yeah, like you said, Darby Allin is gambling his title shot, and um it'll be Moxley and I just said his name and I fucking forgot it. Stupid bitch that's giving up his title match. It's gonna be him at Grand Slam.
Yeah. And you know the worst part? I think Darby gonna lose. I'm pretty sure they really want to do Moxley versus Bryan Danielson
I hope he
at the pay
loses.
per view.
I hope he loses because I want to see how AEW fans try to justify it.
It's
Um,
Moxley, baby.
uh, Ricochet defeats Sammy Guevara. Ricochet, man, I like you, man. But putting Darby Allin back on my screen, that's something I can't
You mean Sammy?
forgive.
You mean Sammy Guevara?
Who'd I say?
You said Darby Allen. How you forget a name 2 seconds ago? They remember his name when getting somebody else wrong.
Because they're both just two white losers.
Wow. I like Darby Allen. I'm a fan of Darby Allen.
Shit, I
Um, you know what? This Sammy Guevara soft launch has been nasty. I've seen it all the way through. I watch all the
Mhm.
shows. He went from ROH exclusive. Slowly, they kind of trickled him in onto Collision with
Yeah,
Dustin. Then he was on Rampage. Now he's back on Dynamite. I see what you
yeah.
did. You know, but you
Uh,
know who wasn't there? Mercedes. Makes you think, huh?
I'm cool with that.
Hmm.
um, yeah, Ricochet, unforgivable. You will you'll feel my wrath. In a couple of days, you'll begin to cough. How did you feel about the match? Because I didn't really care.
I mean, it's Sammy Guevara Ricochet. You gonna get flips.
The
Sammy jumped
flip,
off the stage.
the
Jumpy
flip
jumped.
forever chant. That
Nasty.
shit had
That's
my
what
stomach hurting, bruh.
I thought. Meat was like the meat chant was enough, but flip forever is just nasty. It is nasty. I mean, yeah, if you're in the flips, this was the match for you. I did think the jumping between barricades and like jumping off that was a cool spot. But besides that, yeah, I have no real thoughts.
Okay. Um, at the end of the match,
My guy,
Beast Mortals,
big beast Mordos.
yeah, he exists. He's in the. I think, I think we asked for it last week. It's like I think I was like, I would really like to see this nigga since everybody's bragging about him. He's real. He's a wrestler that exists.
Big fan. I hope we get something out of that. I don't know what I have no idea why he attacked Ricochet. I'm trying to think, did he have some kind of beef with Sammy? I guess they did like somewhat involved. But even if he had beef with Sammy, why did he attack Ricochet? I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing with Beast Mordos. I want them to do
You,
something. I really do like Beast Mordos, so I really hope they figure something out. But he just kind of seems like he's floating. He's in conglomeration status. But you should throw him in that group, honestly. Just have him grunt in the background. I had another Shannon Sharp joke, but I'm gonna say
something. Um, yeah, he attacks Ricochet. I don't really understand. And then Sammy Guevara, who just took like a lot of nasty strikes from Ricochet, kind of just bounces back to help Ricochet. Um, I didn't think that was smart. That's just me. Um, moving on. We got Jack Perry defeating Leo Rush. Thoughts?
TNT is the Open Challenge Championship. So I didn't really care that the match was happening. I wasn't gonna what's the story of this situation, but because it was the Open Challenge match, and I know for a fact Leo Rush wasn't winning that match, I had no real like attachment to this. Um,
Yeah. Just wait. I was just waiting for it to be over.
yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Open Challenge Championship, unless only honestly the only time I've seen this work really well is John Cena so far. Yeah, that's because he's John Cena, and
I
it was matches we
feel
weren't used to seeing.
I feel like there is an open challenge that is really good. We're just not remembering it right now.
I can only think of Cena. Cena's the only one in my mind, and that's because he had Cena mixing up with mid card guys he usually didn't wrestle.
Okay. Oh, I can't think of any right now either. I don't. I think the what is it? What's this? I think the Cody Rhodes one was very overrated. I think honestly, I thought all the ones for the TNT championship was like very overrated, but that's just me. Um, we get Mariah May defeating Queen Aminata.
It's another one
Thoughts?
of those where it's a championship contender match, so you know what the result is going to be. Good to see Queen Aminata back on TV though. She's been in ROH purgatory for a while now.
Yeah,
She used to be a
All Star.
collision regular. Yeah, she's a collision regular, and all of a sudden she just stopped. So
I bel
good to see her back.
I believe is because Sky Blue got attacked, and I didn't know Sky Blue was back.
She wasn't. She was on crutches. That was during the pre-show of All Out.
Okay.
She was still on
Um,
crutches, but Mariah May attacked her. Why? I don't know. Also, I still don't want to know why she smacked her mama.
Mariah May, if you would like to answer that from my guy,
Why
let
you
us
smack your
know.
mom? What did she do? I
Yeah,
need more answers.
let us know why you hit your mother on the pay-per-view. That was very weird.
It wasn't needed. Why did you do that? There had to be some kind of like deeper when she did it just for the fuck of it. She's like, fuck it.
Maybe it just happened on some old movie we just don't know about. But
I guess so.
moving on, ski. Mariah May wins, of course, and then she was just like, I tried to have my celebration here and there, but something's missing, and that something is Mina. She needs Mina on her screen,
Me
and
too.
I agree.
What did Tony Khan say about her?
Oh,
What did
I
he
don't
say?
I don't
Oh,
know.
that was funny. It was on some like sneaky horny shit. What did he say? Oh, I gotta look it up. I'm gonna hope I can find it.
I
Let me
don't.
find it.
I'm scared to know.
What did he say? It was so funny because even Dan Garcia made a joke about it too. He said she had like a fantastic live charisma or something like that. He said something weird. I was like,
Oh,
what
and
does that mean?
I
What did
think
he
Dave.
say?
No, I think it's Dave Meltzer
Oh,
that
it was
said that.
Meltzer. It was Meltzer. My bad, Tony. I didn't mean to put that on you. It was Meltzer who said that. You're right.
Yeah, he said she has a fantastic like on-screen presence, and I was just like, I know exactly what you mean, big
I
dog.
know what that means. You like to see her shake her titties. Me too, brother. Me too.
Let's just be honest.
Let's keep it a stat.
Yeah, there's really no need to dance around it.
Uh,
Looking forward to the celebration, but I do think that this is just going to be the match or like her next match for like Wrestle Dream or some shit.
yeah.
So, yay, Mina's coming back. Um, the Learning Tree has a match, but what was really funny about the match is Orange Cassidy putting a whole bunch of pennies in his car. And
Bro,
I'm just
the crowd reaction. Like the excite like look, we're so conditioned when we see a expensive car and some kind of construction equipment, we're expecting destruction. We've seen it. We saw Stone Cold do this to Vince McMahon every week, like a whole summer.
Mhm.
So
People were
for
really
him
excited for this. And then you are right, and it is very worrying to me. Hi Guys is getting over.
I told you, bro. Look, I knew what it was when Jack Perry got over. People started cheering Jack Perry. I said, "Oh, these guys are they'll cheer for anything." The high
Yeah.
guy, I told you, the high guy is slowly getting over. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Hi Guys is getting over. And the Chris Jericho mantra is when in doubt, make a gimmick about a like an item. That's he
very
does it
old
every
school.
time.
It's a very old school thing. You want to take an item with sentimental value.
It's not even a sentiment, it's just an item.
It's a $7,000 jacket that Orange Cassidy ruined.
He just said, can we just get like he just like looked in his closet, he was like, memories. I know what we could do. And then, try to peddle this BS on us. So I'm familiar with your game and I'm bored of it.
But back to the dump truck, not the dump, whatever that thing is,
The
the
loader.
damn the loader dropping the pennies in the steer and the crowd reacts like, oh, like, oh, that's it. That's what I did. I was like, oh, that's it. Some pennies.
Yeah,
I thought
just
he about to dump like some rocks in there, some cement. I don't know anything. He was like,
a,
nah,
mi-
we need those some pennies.
a miscellaneous amount of money was dumped onto Chris Jericho's car.
He gave Chris Jericho a minor inconvenience for the night.
Yeah, whoever has to clean that up, I'm sure is very pissed.
You know what I mean? Brian Keith cleaning that shit up.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be that nigga. Get to work. Um, but yeah, that is it for AEW. I can't really think of anything else. Oh my god, it's already midnight. Um, NXT, Giulia's debut. I thought it was cool.
Chelsea Green got a lot more offensive than I thought she was gonna get. I was very surprised by that.
The same. I was in the Discord just being like, hey man, what's going on here?
Maybe a little too much. I don't know. I was like, you could have just, you honestly, you could have just did, let's go in there, get the hits, let's do the hits, Julia's big moves, get out of there. Let maybe Chelsea Green get like a submission, like a chin lock in or something like that. But then you just go home. But now they went like 8 minutes. A lot of offense. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
he got a lot of offense in.
not yeah, not like a regular WWE kind of debut match. It was very straight. It wasn't bad. It was just like it's weird.
Yeah,
Especially because of Chelsea Green. You're not like Chelsea Green, like fucking like you know what I mean? It's Chelsea Green. Like
yeah,
she takes losses like in 30 seconds all the time. This is nothing.
yeah. So
I don't know.
yeah, that was weird. I do agree. It was she got way too much in for my liking.
Julie looked good though.
Mhm.
She found the hard camera.
That's all that needed to be found.
First step out the way. Also, English is a lot better than I thought it was. I don't know how much English she spoke previous to this, but I mean that promo she cut.
I think
Compare.
I
I thought the
think
first. Oh, go ahead.
oh god, I just think like they ain't like worrying about the English is just so like it's being overstated.
What is that?
Like her English is like not great. I just think it's being like overstated. I don't think like it's really all that bad.
I wasn't aware of how much English she knew just in general. I to be honest with you, I don't. I just realized this. This was my first, maybe my second ever like full on Julia match I've ever watched before.
Okay.
I think maybe you sent me a match before and I watched it, but like as far as I know, I haven't seen much. I don't know a lot about her, so this is all kind of new to me. Yeah, I don't. I genuinely don't. I don't like her finish. I don't know because the way maybe
The
Chelsea sold
knee.
it. Nah, the like that weird like driver she did. She did the knee, and then she did like a driver type move. I don't know what it was.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's maybe how Chelsea sold it, but it's just like that looks kind of flat. She might have changed that.
It's I think I wasn't particularly a fan of it either, and I think what it is that like Chelsea is fucking tall as shit,
Yeah,
and Julia is
I assume. Also,
very
I assumed
small.
Julia. I thought she was bigger than that. I
She
didn't realize
is.
she was so small.
It's because everybody else in Stardom is fucking small.
Yeah, it must be. I like, especially the way people were talking about how she's gonna bully everybody backstage and like shoot everybody. I'm like, this little girl, what you want to do? But
Yeah, that was also like overstated. Like,
I just
um,
assumed she was like 5'8", like you know what I mean. I thought she was like mad tall. She had that kind of presence, like at least in photos when I would see her. Like, oh, she's kind of like
she a big dog.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I think she's cool. She's just all right. I don't know. I just thought like I wouldn't say like I think she's like overrated or anything like that, but I definitely think like people did overrate her. Like I think people were just I don't know. I feel like people was just doing too much when it came to like the Julia conversation. Like
I
I
you
think
know
she's great, but they was just doing too much.
it's this weird like Joshi like not it's not like
Yeah.
a fetishization. I don't know what the word is, but like people have this idea like it's like Joshi wrestling is like so much above American wrestling that like
Yeah. Like
She had to like lower herself to a like us American peons when it comes to wrestling. Or, like I don't know, it's like it's
yeah,
just
like
weird. Like just because something or someone is from Japan, that's automatically like the best thing ever. I think that's what hurts Saray a little bit.
oh, that hurts
Hurts her
Soraya
brand.
a lot.
I
But
think
like
people have really high expectations and they're like, oh,
I'm not trying to like cop please or anything like that. Like I generally do think that like Giulia is like really great, but I think like she is right now under an unnecessary microscope. Um, when she breathes, like
yeah.
niggas is
Another
doing too much.
another thing though, I think Oscar also put really really high expectations on any Japanese woman that comes in.
Now I think that is problematic.
It's unfortunate, but this is how it's going to be.
Like every Japanese woman that comes to to the promotion has to be Oscar or bus. I think that is
And which is crazy because Oscar is one of the greatest of all time.
yeah. I
So
don't know.
like it's unfortunate, but even like if it's not being straight up said, I think like what's the word like um I don't remember what the word I'm thinking of, but you know what I'm talking about. Like people are in their conscience and like, oh yeah, but she's not Oscar.
Hmm. Yeah, she like I think every like I thought it was also like crazy when people were doing that when Kyrie Sane came in. Like it was just like,
Yeah,
oh, she's not going on an undefeated streak like Oscar. And I was just like, not everyone can or should be Oscar.
and to be honest, I was one of the people who thought Oscar. I think they kind of did Athena dirty.
Oh, I don't care. I am over that.
They did Athena dirty.
Oscar said, I ain't going.
I listen
She's
to her. She's like, fuck out of here.
she said, did that lame man name?
It wouldn't be so egregious if it wasn't Oscar though. Like Oscar handed her the title, what she wanted. She's like, here, you can have it now. I don't want it no more.
Yeah, that was nasty
That's
business.
nasty.
I mean, I'm glad they stopped that title reign when they did. Um,
It was getting old pretty fast. At some point, it got to the point where like there was nobody believable to be her. Athena was the last girl left. She was like, nah.
he said, hell no. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I think Julia is going to be perfectly fine, but I just think like everybody's just kind of just doing too much. That's all. Um, looking forward to the match with her and Roxanne. I think that's going to be great. Um,
Roxanne's on a different level right now.
mhm. Obafemi defeats Hammerstone. If I was Miss Rizzo, Tony D'Angelo sent you out there to defend my honor,
You got cooked in six
and you
minutes.
and you fucking lost, nigga. I'm looking at Tony D'Angelo like you just gonna let him talk to me any type of way, like type shit. Like what's going on here? Well, why are you sending this TNA jabroni to handle him? He disrespected me in front of your face.
Mm, you're not a real man. You don't stand on business.
He's for sure not standing on shit.
But look at it. Young Littlefoot was on Rampage. Good for her.
Hmm.
That's nice. All right, but what were we saying?
Uh, don't stop sending TNA niggas to do your work, man.
Also, don't give me Hammerstone. Give me Jake something. You know what I wanted. Stop playing.
Um,
What am I doing Hammerstone?
I want these TNA niggas.
Give me Jake something. Terrible name, great wrestler.
Um, uh, they sent out this big ass white nigga to handle Obafemi, and Obafemi got to work on that nigga. Um, stop the bullshit, bro. Um, I I guess like TNA really can't just give anybody up because they
I
have
don't
to
have
protect
anybody.
they have to protect somebody. Also, they don't have really have anybody,
I
but
don't
like
have anybody.
they gotta protect their peoples. Not everybody can just go out there and like
I mean, the
um
only win they've gotten so far is what Zachary wins.
yeah, the
That's pretty much it.
and Jordan Grace. Um
Oh yeah, Jordan Grace. That's true.
Yeah, their champions are good for the most part, but yeah,
Still
I
no
think
Moose. We have not seen Moose yet.
yeah.
Did we see Moose? I
Wait,
feel
what?
like there's a reason. I feel like there's a reason Moose never got that call.
Maybe they don't want the nigga, but that's
He never,
that's
he never, he
that's,
never, he never got that IGDM from Sean. This is Sean. This is HBK.
yeah. Man, I'm just gonna go on a whim
Oh,
and
someone should
say
someone should meme that. Why have no one done that? This is Hobbs that make it. This is HBK. It's right there.
I'm pretty sure it was done because I definitely made the it's Triple H.
This is H.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, what would you do if you got a phone like a text that said this is Hobbs? Just out the blue.
how the fuck do you get my number?
They got Rock Nation, baby.
Uh,
Illuminati.
I don't like you, nigga. What you calling my phone for? Um,
This is H.
yeah, I really wouldn't know what to do if I got that call, but I'm glad you asked. Um,
Would you take the dinner or would you take the 50K?
taking a 50K.
All right.
Um, Rich Holland defeats Duke Hudson.
It's a big meanie. Like Ridge Holland.
When Andre Chase comes
What?
back, does he get the win?
Who, Ridge?
No, when
I
Andre
think
Chase
Ridge
comes back,
should.
I think he should.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
I need that big chase you moment in the quad. You feel me?
I feel like Chase you Ben had a bunch of moments. Like I think Ridge needs this more. We need to get. I don't. But then after that, I don't even know what you do with Ridge after the fact. What
I
title are you
I
gonna go for?
I do. I mean, Boba Femi. You could go for the NXT Championship. Um,
If Ethan Page got it, Ridge versus Ethan Page.
what if? Just what if he goes for it anyway?
I hate that.
Oh, hey man,
That sounds terrible.
it's very large possibility that he just goes for it anyway. Hate to
Ugh,
break it to you.
sounds
Um,
whack.
yeah, it doesn't sound too great. Um, that's why Andre Chase needs to win that. We need that moment in the quad. You feel me? But I mean, if you want Ridge to like win it, then you have to be okay with the Ridge like getting a title shot after. That is your legit trade off.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you spend the weeks to come to terms with that because I don't think Andre Chase is coming back anytime soon. Um, and then we have Trick Williams defeating Pete Dune in the Last Man Standing. I like the match a lot. I got a big question for Ethan Page, man.
What's that?
Why ain't you just lift up Pete Dunne on his feet instead of trying to go after Trick Williams? If you would help,
Did he fuck with Pete Dunne like that?
I don't think so, but it's clearly he didn't want Trick to win, so I would have just helped him get up.
You'd think.
I don't know,
Mm.
maybe I'm just making too much sense. My fault, y'all. Because if you don't like the nigga, then why the fuck?
We just need to make it
Uh,
make sense, baby.
I think that would have been the smarter play for Young Bull, but what do I know? I'm not NXT nothing. Anything that you would like to say about the match?
No, I liked it. That was a fun match.
Okay. To the
Pete
quick
Dunne, man,
hits. Oh, you've been working his ass off.
he's been working, boys. That 4-way on Raw was really good, by the way. I don't know if you watched it, but it was a
I
really good 4-way.
I watched it and I did like it. To the before we get into the quick hits, I'm not gonna lie, for this show was a lot. I did not like a lot of the non-finishes or like the DQ finishes and stuff like that. Um, it started getting overwhelming to the point that I forgot there were clean finishes on the show.
Well,
Shout outs.
There was only two no
Yeah,
contests.
there was only two. Shout out for people checking me on that because I don't know. I felt like it was just like way too much. Like every time I like turned on the screen, it was just like, okay, somebody is here interfering, and
There were a lot of
somebody's.
interferences though. There was
I was
a lot of interference and beatdowns. I will say that.
yeah, I wasn't really having a lot of fun with all that. Um, but before the show starts, we have Wesley attacking the Rascals. So this is why we get the Street Profits versus Fraxium,
It was
which
hooping.
yeah, they were hooping and then ends in a no contest. Um, which
You know what?
I
This
think
no
it's
contest didn't
fine.
bother me. This one didn't bother me.
Yeah, I think it's fine because you can't really have either team really lose. But I'm just like, why not just? I know you might not like what I'm about to say here, but I would have just gave it to another NXT tag team. I probably would have gave it to Hank and Tank. Um,
Hey,
I'm
man.
trying.
What?
I
That was
I
your
would.
choice?
I would. I'm trying to think of others right now, but I would have just gave it to somebody that they could just get this clean finish over. Um,
I'm with you, but this is where I'm gonna
they
see. I want to
stink.
see where they're going. I want to see where they're going with this because if this is assuming Bloodline is involved on NXT for a little while, then I'm okay with that.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm going to assume Jacob Fatu is already at the PC anyway. You might as well. CW's coming up. Fuck it.
I don't think this is going to be a long term thing. I
No, I
think
don't think
this
it'd be a
is
long term thing, but I think
well,
I
like
mean,
I don't think this is going to be a reoccurring thing. Like I think this is going to be like Shayna. What is it?
you don't think Bloodline will be on TV next week
No,
or within the next month?
no,
You can't see them on the CW.
nope.
They gotta be in town.
What does that change?
I don't know. What if they end up doing like Girl of the Destiny versus Fraxium?
I don't see that happening
Why not?
because they already have a tag belt that means way more.
What if they want more? By order of the tribal chief.
By the
What they
orders of the
said.
tribal chief, please go get the NXT champion,
Fuck
tag team
it.
championships.
Fuck it.
I'm
They already made new enemies now. That's all I'm saying. You know
debate
what I mean? Like,
debate some nigga on Twitter about this. I'm not going no more for this.
that's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's happening. I think it's I don't think it's a dumb idea. I just don't think it's happening. Charlie Dempsey versus well, he defeats Javon Evans and what's his face comes back.
I like this match.
Um that nigga they got like so much.
Davion,
Yeah, Tavion comes back.
my guy.
Um I don't like this match. It is very clear how I have been very clear how I feel about the Heritage Cup matches. So um melted down into a grill. You just need I need this shit to not be on the show anymore. Uh, that's how I feel. I think Cedric Alexander is a pretty cool like mentor
Mentor.
for Javon. I think that is a nice little addition to everything.
Why you come out with a backpack on? That's some young nigga shit.
You know how studs do.
What? What? uh,
Yeah, I know what I said and I know what I meant.
what's your stud name?
The backpack never lacking. What's your real name? Jerica. Um, but yeah, man, Javon Evans loses here. Honestly, I didn't think he was gonna win anyway. I don't think he should have been going for that championship anyway, but it feels like it was just something that they just needed him to do something. So
Yeah.
it's fine with me. Let him get all the reps that he needs. Jordan Grace defeats Sol
No, she
Ruka.
didn't. She did not
Oh,
defeat Cyrus.
sorry. It did end with a no contest. Uh, more TNA motherfuckers, man.
You know what? I don't mind Rosemary being teamed up with Wendy Chu. It gives something for Wendy Chu to play off of at least. I think she needs that.
I I don't think that, and the reason why I don't think that is because they finally had a video package tonight to like, you know, kind of talk about what they're all about, and is Rosemary talking. So I'm just like, you got the TNA motherfucker that's really holding this shit together, and then you have Wendy Chu being the silent killer of this whole thing. And I'm just like, Wendy
Yeah,
needs to get this shit over, bro.
Rosemary, the OG spooky girl, she can do it. Show her the ropes.
Good luck. I wish the best of luck to everybody involved.
Thoughts and prayers.
No, it's just it's just a way of life, or whatever them Republican niggas said.
Oh, I wasn't even taking it like that. Oh, I didn't mean take it there like that. That's crazy. I didn't mean that. That's too dark. That's too
Yeah, you
dark.
did.
I didn't mean like that.
Um, I I'm kind of just checked out with the Winnie Chu thing like entirely. So sorry if that offends.
I would check that when she debuted the new gimmick that didn't need to happen.
We did hear some things about like the Spooky Girls possibly getting a third member, and I'd be cool with that third member, but it's gonna make Wendy Chu more of a winker. Like it's gonna make Wendy Chu a wink link.
Who's the third member?
I through the grapevine, bubbling ideas and stuff, is that it would be Delta.
Oh, I don't know about her. So is she spooky girl?
No, actually, I
Okay,
don't know.
I know nothing about Delta. If you think I don't know nothing about Giulia, I definitely don't know nothing about damn Delta. I don't know who that girl is.
I know she's from the way. Uh, what's that place called? Wherever the fuck Rhea Ripley from. I don't know why I'm blanking on it.
Australia, the big island
Yeah,
over there.
yeah. So I don't know if she's spooky or not. I looked at Yeah, I remember when we talked about her the last time, we like looked at her Instagram and shit like that, but I don't think I followed. So um Jada Parker is looking for a fatal influence, and I do think she has found allies. She just doesn't know it yet.
Really, the friends you make along the way.
Yeah. She's gonna get jumped by them again, and then she's gonna realize, she's gonna get saved by
Big Lola.
yeah, Big Lola and them. And she'd be like, damn, I really did need friends. And that's that.
What's all about?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I thought this episode of NXT was really cool.
Fun moments. I thought Bloodline showed up was really fun because I wasn't expecting that at all. Um, I thought
Yeah, I didn't know that the Street Profits were like number one contenders or any shit like that. So
well
I
they've
wasn't
they've
even
been they've been beefing with the Bloodline. They had a good 8-man tag that wasn't 30 minutes on SmackDown the other day. Um,
why'd you add that last part?
because the other 8-man was 30 minutes long and didn't need to be.
um,
Um,
yeah.
this one was half that and was a better match.
You man. Some niggas just like to wrestle, bro. All right. We're gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, because it's
Uh
12:40 and I gotta be up early.
don't we all? Uh
Oh
you
yeah.
can subscribe to us on Patreon, patreon.com/the HORNC. You can follow Quan at the comeback spot. You can follow me, Cyrus at Cyrus on TWR. Um YouTube, Instagram, TikTok is all in the show notes. Just click on the link tree. Subscribe on the Patreon. We have fun stuff going on there. And then we'll see you guys next week. Peace.